Hello there, thank you for joining me for That's the Way It Is. I'm your host, BC. Today we're going to talk about, they're talking about a cyber attack happened on the U.S. Naval site. That's right, you heard me. The U.S. Naval site was under attack. Man, that's something. And they're saying that Iran is the culprits of the attack. Now they're saying no damage was done, but yet it took $10,000 to fix it. I'm sorry, anytime, I mean not 10,000, but $10 million to fix it. Anytime it costs $10 million to fix a site, which it sounds like the Obamacare site, not to me, just putting it out there. But anyway, that's damage. And they're saying they just got into the emails, they didn't get anything confidential, anything like that. I'm sorry, but me personally, my emails is confidential. It's just between me and who I'm emailing. And even though most of my emails is nothing but stuff that I'm ordered, or maybe to a family member, it's confidential to me. I don't want it to be public knowledge, which we all know that the government has this big bank that everything you do online is recorded and sent to that bank. That's right, it's tagged, recorded, and sent to that bank. Anyway, but Iran is saying that basically we attacked them first by giving their computers a computer virus. Man, if you ain't got no antivirus on your systems, and you would think that a whole country would, then something's wrong there. I'm sorry. And the thing with this here U.S. naval attack that they said the Iran did, they sat there since August and no one knew it. Do you know how much information they could have gotten in those months? I mean, that is just ridiculous. And how did they, they said they got in through a unprotected place on the website. Why? You're part of defense. If you cannot defend your own website, how can you ever hope to defend our country? That right there goes into, a leadership issue, a tech issue, however you want to look at it. Somebody really needs to look into assuming responsibility for this. And I understand you're saying that they didn't get anything of importance, but they sat there all that time and you didn't even know it. You know how much information, you could take a puzzle apart and put a puzzle back together, and you can look at information the same way. You can get a little bit of information here, a little bit of information over there, and then some over there, and put it together, and you can figure out what's going on. I'm sorry, it don't take, a child could do it. It don't take a rocket scientist to do that. I mean, we're talking about a third world country that broke into a superpower's computer website. I mean, man. So if they could do that to a computer, what can they do to our country? What's keeping them from breaking into, something like the White House and reading Obama's emails? Or, anything like that. I mean, you really need to take a look into your defense. And the Iran president, whatever you want to call him, dictator, he's telling the youth over there that, we're in a cyber war and they need to prepare themselves for this. And that's what they're doing. They're preparing themselves. Now, I'm not saying that Iran did it. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon yet. I mean, it could have been, have you ever seen War Games, the old movie? It could have been a 13-year-old child at home. And just decided he was going to see what he could do. I mean, I've known people to break into a school system computer. It's ridiculous. But there's a big difference between the school system and the naval system, or the Navy. There's a big difference there. I just don't know what else I can say about it. I think that it needs to be looked into. Someone needs to be held accountable, and it needs to be fixed. Bottom line, if you do something at work and you mess up, you're held accountable. Now, I'm not saying necessarily somebody needs to lose their job, but I do think that someone needs to be held accountable for it. You know, I just think it's crazy. It's a lack of intelligence for someone to not the. It's not the fact that they broke into it. That's not the fact that I'm getting at. The fact that I'm getting at, they not only broke into it, but they sat there for months and no one knew it. No one knew it. How can someone sit someplace for months and you don't know it? That's my point. You know, because hackers get into things all the time. You know, but for something to happen to a computer system, and this is supposed to be the best in the country, and no one knows they sat there since August or September of last year, that really needs to be questioned, folks. That really needs to be questioned. I mean, like I've said before, we really need to look at people we got into in positions, and I think someone needs to be held accountable. Thank you for joining me. You have a wonderful day.